About to shoot my next short film in March, and it all takes place in a pub, and it's about 7 strangers in a pub at the end of the world or an asteroid hits. And always knew like getting in a quaint English pub was important to me, and so I end up, one of the actresses knows pub owners, and I go and I sit down with a husband and wife. They've got 2-year-old child, and they've just bought this pub, and they're just chatting to them about the idea. And it's the passion of the idea, and I'm explaining to them about why the story is important and everything else. Spoke for about 15 minutes, and I said, look, I just need to know what you're going to like charge for 2 days. And they were just like, we love the story idea and we just want to support it. And I'm like, well, I've got to pay you something. And they said, well, just put some money on the tab for your drinks at the end of the shoot. Like, that is great, right?
That's nice.
But it was the fact that there was a common bond and a commonality there, and there was a mutual interest. And I think there's a benefit that flows both ways. So I was like, we're going to invent a certain type of whiskey. You guys could have it up on the shelf so it becomes a bit of a thing. And your pub is now the pub at the end of the world.
Yeah.
That's a cool tie-in. And they love it. And they're going to throw them in at the beginning to get a cameo. Now, like, in my experience, to go on Scouty or whatever else, pub's going to cost you $1,500 to $2,000 a day.
Yeah.
So there's like $4,000 of value that you've suddenly got for nothing.
And by doing that, by paying that big budget price, you're actually missing out on some of the magic.
Well, the magic is beautiful, right? The tie-in is. And now I'm going to have them at the beginning of the film when the radio broadcast comes on. They're the owners, and they're like, we're not spending another like minute in this shit dive-in pub, and they walk out. And it's a bit comical because they just bought it, and they're like doing a big experiment. I thought that was quite funny. But they get a cameo as well. And I went and saw them last night, and they were like, thank you so much, and they said, we're just like so excited a film is being shot here. And I love that, that's the economy that sits under the economy.
Yeah.
But people are benefiting. It's got to be a value exchange. It's got to be like genuine benefit in it for everyone.